line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching the VBR Racing Network, presented in part by W Energy. You can use code VBR24 at checkout, 10% off your order. Good evening, everyone. I'm Michael Bollinger. Joining me, I'll be on my own tonight as we welcome you to Talladega, where it's not if, but when the big one's gonna happen here at Talladega. Because 2.66 miles over at 2.66 miles here tonight. This is some money racing action. Qualifying on the board right now. Looks like it's open qualifying. First time I've seen that here. As let's go ahead and go talk it over with some of these drivers as this is countdown to green. Cody Nails, Michael in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
What's your thoughts you go into this race and how stuff might play out here tonight?
Well, first off, I guess I made a little mistake and set it to open qualifying, so we're going to see a little bit of a jumbled up running order to start the race, at least than what you're used to, so that's pretty cool. It is not static, it is dynamic weather, and I have it set to 4 times speed, so we're probably going to see the sunset or something very close to it, so dynamic track, there's going to be rubber laid down, and I'd say the grooves are going to change from the start of the race to the end of the race.
Indeed, let's just hope let's just hope it doesn't get too dark where we can't race anymore.
Yeah, I think we have enough time. We should be okay on that front, but long as it's not a caution fest. If it is, we might be in trouble.
Well, I guess we can always shorten if it gets too dark, right?
Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll come up here, let you know, and announce it to them if it gets too dark. But again, unless it's a caution fest, we should be safe.
Indeed there, Cody. Hey, Cody.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm here.
Any shout-outs like to give before you send you back down to go racing?
Yeah, I want to thank all my teammates at Nightmare Esports. I want to thank you for picking the broadcast up.
Alright, Cody, good luck to you. Hopefully talk to you after this race.
Yep, thank you.
So I'm going to talk it over with Chase Mastretta. Chase Mastretta, Michael in the VBR booth. Hit a copy.
Yes, sir.
What's your final thoughts? What's your thoughts here as qualifying ends here in about the next 5 minutes? What's your thoughts on how stuff might play out before we go green?
This is gonna be wild. Just try to stay alive.
Stay alive, gonna be wild.
Yep.
What's your strategy here going into this race, knowing that this is a money race and knowing that it's not
Stay up front.
It's not if the big one's gonna happen, but when.
Stay up front. Stay in front of the wreck.
Indeed, there, because you're like me. You'd rather see the big one happen in your rearview mirror instead of it happening in your windshield, right?
Yes, sir.
But that's key here at Talladega, right?
Yes, sir. Gotta be in front of the wreck.
You want to be in front of it instead of being the wreck, right?
Yes, sir.
Anyway, what do you think? How do you think this race might play out tonight with pit stops and stuff? Because this is 133 miles tonight.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't even looked at it. I probably won't look at it. I'll probably just go whatever the boys are going with. To be quite honest, I don't really ever call the pit stops or anything.
Well, indeed, there. Anyway, Chase, good luck tonight out there. Any shout-outs, any sponsors you'd like to thank for giving you the machine?
Just shout out Nightmare.
Anyway, Chase, good luck out there. Hope
Yes,
to talk to
sir.
you after the race. Chase Mastretta, everybody. I think we got time. Yeah, we got time for one more before we head down to opening ceremonies. London Velicky, Michael in the booth, you got a copy. Landon Veliky, Michael in the booth, you got a copy. One more time, guys. Landon Veliky, Michael in the booth, you got a copy. Landon Veliky, Michael in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Good. What's your strategy here before we get ready to go green here?
Get up front, dominate, win the race. That's the strategy. I almost won the PGR race last night and I choked it, so I'd like to bounce back and get a victory here tonight in Nightmare Zone race.
Indy there, but first there's one thing you have to avoid though, Landon. What is it?
Oh, the wrecks. Every
And
wreck that we're gonna have.
every wreck, but not just that wreck, but the one that Talladega and Daytona is known for. Because
Oh,
Landon,
yeah.
it's not if, but what?
It's a win.
So how do you think it's gonna play out for you? Would you rather sit in a rearview mirror or in your windshield?
I mean, I'd rather have everyone behind me. That's what I like to do. I like to get up there. I like to dominate. Stay up. Get up front. Stay up front. Ideally, not have to go to the back at any point, because that's
And-
where the wrecks are. If you're in front of it, well, I mean, not 90% of the wrecks are in the back. If you're in front of it, you're likely gonna get through it. But I don't know. I mean, it's kind of a light field. I guess we got like 18 people in here, so it doesn't really matter if you go to the back anyway. It's gonna be a fun one though.
Indy there, Landon. Hate to cut this interview short, but I got some pre-race ceremonies to get to. Good luck out
Yes,
there,
sir.
Landon. Hope we talk to you after
Sounds
the
good.
race.
Appreciate you.
And that is Landon Veliky. Well, race fans, it is that time. It is that time for tonight's opening ceremony. So at this time, may I see you please rise as you are able, as we honor America with the performance of the national anthem. Thank you. We welcome you back here live to Talladega, where it's not if, but when. PUA show, getting ready to qualifying just concluded, which means it is time to sit down to your starting grid, to your race day info presented by W Energy. Here's your race day info. I'm esports tonight as you come to Talladega Superspeedway, 2.66 miles length. Track temperatures will be 122 degrees Fahrenheit. 2.66 miles in Talladega, Lincoln County, Alabama. 82 degrees Fahrenheit, 38% humidity, partly cloudy, and 11-mile-per-hour wind. And the distance is 50 laps, or 133 miles here at Talladega tonight. What's gonna happen as we send it down to your starting grid? I guess no starting grid? Yet? Yeah, we're getting ready to send it down to your starting grid. W.GT code BBI24 chocolate 10% off your order. And here is your starting grid on the pole. And at $80, Trevor Arnsworth. To his outside, and to his inside will be the number 14 of Vincent Greer. Well, number 2 is going to be made up of the oath of Kenneth McCullough Jr. and the number 8 of Chase Mistretta. Well, number 3 is going to be made up of the number 6 of Cody Nichols and the 05 of Joshua McCullough. Well, number 4 is going to be the 25 of Christopher Carter and Nathan Harper. Well, number 5 is going to be Mike George in the number 4 and the 21 of Justin Mills. Well, number 6 is going to be the 18 of Aubrey Thompson and the 45 of Sean Corbett. Row number 7 is going to be Jared Haynes and number 7 and the 59 of Mark Bundell. Row number 8 is going to be the 85 of Logan York and the number 17 of Stephen Mills. Row number 9 is going to be the 82 of Landon Velke and the 888 of Bobby Richard. And that is your starting grid presented by W Energy. Let's get ready to go racing, boys! 50 laps of distance, 133 miles. What's going to happen tonight at Talladega? But first, we have to get the... First, we gotta roll off and get ready to go green as they're still gridding. We're waiting for a few more cars to grid. Up, we have the signal, which means it is time to start rolling. Any moment now. Bring on one more car to grid. And looks like late grid. Looks like he didn't grid up in time. As they are rolling. Which means we'll be green in 2.66 miles. Here's a look at your race info one more time.
Mike, it's Cody. Just letting you know, Chris did not get out of the pits. What we are going to do is we're just...
I would say if you just at some point info here, we had one of the drivers not make the grid by accident, so not make the grid. So what they're gonna do is when Kurt pulls down to pit lane, they're not gonna go green flag racing until the backstretch, till the backstretch from what I was just told. That way we can get them all caught up. And there's one more final look at your race day info. And remember that the quiet rumble you guys are hearing is about to turn into a little out of war. And most of these guys are brand new on the channel. Are we going to see a new familiar face into victory lane, or are we going to see a new face? Cody Nichols is my favorite one tonight. He's won a lot here on the BBRN. Let's find out. As pace car pulls down to pit lane, we'll be green in the backstretch, guys. Remember, we go green in the backstretch. Get ready, get ready.
Green flag, green flag.
They're not going green until the backstretch. That's what I was told by race admins. We should be going green anytime now. We're boogity boogity boogity. Let's go racing, boys! As we're underway here at Talladega. Whenever they get gooded up and get ready, we'll be green. Through the gears we go. And we're underway at Talladega. Green flag in the air. Through the gears we go, into 3 and 4. Racing's getting heated up, boys. Yeah, action's getting intense here already as it's Guerrero, Arnsworth, Mastretta, McCullough Jr. Your top 4. Nagels, McCullough, Joshua McCullough, Harper, George, Thompson, Mills, the top 10. One lap 1's been completed. We're underway of lap number 2 right now. Still, side-by-side action already. Broken up into 2 packs already. But side-by-side up front. Arnsworth, McCullough Jr., Nagels, your top 5. Coming up on 3 laps here on the board. The ups on the board here this time by. The question is, guys, in the comments, I want you to put your guesses of when the big one's gonna happen. What lap? If we even have one. You can say not gonna happen, or you can give a lap it's gonna happen on. That's gonna be what's the question of the day is. The question of the race. If not, but when is, oh, Arnsworth shoots way up top out of turn 2. He's 3 right up top. He has no help. He's gonna fall to the back, and that's what you did not want to happen here at Talladega. Oh, the 13 slides up with him, but it's not gonna help. Arnsworth falls to the back. Arnsworth to the bottom. They're side by side now. Side by side yet again. Side by side pack racing here at Talladega. Coming up on lap number 450, guys. Anything can happen still. Lap 4 on the board this time by. Kenneth McCullough Jr., your new race leader. Right behind him, Joshua McCullough. The McCullough boys working together. These two work together really well. Like father, like son, am I right? The father-son duo over at McCullough Motorsports. McCullough Jr. holds him off. Lap number 5 on the board this time by. Now the question is, when will the pit stops happen? That's another question. When do the pit stops happen? Lap number 5 of 50 on the board. Another question. And that's just been answered. When do they start going 3 wide here at Talladega? They're going 3 wide down the backstretch. They're going 3 wide now. I was about to make this racing a lot more better. If we see 3 wide, let's see if we can get 4 wide now. It's a battle now between McCullough, Guerrero, and Harper for the lead now. McCullough throws a block to the middle. Now it's between the McCullough boys and Harper now. As we're going 3 wide out of the back, coming in 3 wide in the trioval into the start-finish line. Lap number 6 on the board this time by. Coming to 44 to go. Guerrero, your new race leader. McCullough throws a block on his son. McCullough Jr. and Joshua McCullough working together. Harper, your new race leader. But here comes Logan York now. There's still 3 wide down the backstretch. Looks like they are starting to get dicey already, guys. It's starting to get dicey. Lap number's coming up. Lap number 7 here, guys. Lap number 7, they're getting dicey. What's gonna happen? McCullough Jr. and Joshua McCullough battling out for the lead now. McCullough Jr. throws a block on the number 14 of Grillo. Logan York on the on the third lane now. About four truck lengths back by himself. He's falling back fast. Logan York lost all that ground. Now it's a battle between the McCullough boys up front. Kenneth McCullough throws a block, but here comes his son, Joshua McCullough, to his inside. McCullough boys battling it out for the lead. McCullough boys side by side. Joshua McCullough takes the lead at the line, coming to the line. Joshua McCullough to the lead. 13er Harper, very loose. So lap number 8 coming up to lap number 9 of 50 here as we are approaching 40 laps to go. McCullough Grillo battling it out now. That's McCullough Jr., Joshua McCullough in the 5. McCullough Jr. in the number 3. Father-son duo right there. Great combination. McCullough Jr. Grillo battling it out for the lead. Coming up on lap number 10. Oh, there was some trouble on the backstretch. 4 wide in the turn. If people are falling back, there was some trouble. Looks like one of the cars got loose. Joshua McCullough to the lead. Harper McCullough and Joshua McCullough battling it out, side by side. Harper to the lead. Joshua McCullough to the lead, but here comes his father, Kenneth McCullough Jr. to the lead, battling father-son battle for the lead, coming to the line. Lap number 10 complete. On lap number 11 now, guys. Things are getting serious. Pit stops are bound to happen. From what I'm hearing, it's a 55% fuel cell tonight. I'm gonna let you guys know that for sure. Yes, a 55% fuel cell tonight, 1 fast repair, and 133 miles. Things are getting interesting. Oh, there's some trouble. They say they're getting dicey in the middle line. Middle line's getting dicey. I see the middle line getting dicey like that. Stuff can go down and go down fast. And you still have McCullough to the lead. McCullough Jr. Joshua McCullough to the lead. As we now have Harper pushing Kenneth McCullough, his dad, side by side for the lead. The McCullough boys side by side for the lead. Who's gonna win it at the line? Who's gonna get it at the line? 11 laps on the board this time by coming on 12 laps complete now. McCullough boys battling it out. Right now we have Harper and the 85 down in the mix again as well. That's the 85 of Logan York. He's back in the mix. And there's some lap traffic in the way now, too. A lot of lap traffic. 1 truck, to be exact, of lap traffic. Things are getting intense here, guys. Is it gonna be McCullough? It can be still anybody's race right now. Right now for the 6 and Nagels, his goes a lap down, and that's what you don't want to happen early. But going 1 lap down early is nothing to be too much mad about if we get an early caution here. You just don't want to be the caution being a lap down. You want us to be out of that caution and get the lucky dog if there's a caution. But going a lap, but by that trouble that we saw earlier, it looked like that was a Cody Nagels, because now he's a lap down and lost the lead draft now as well. This is still anybody's race, though. Coming on lap 14 now. McCullough boys up front still. We also have Harper up front now as well, side by side for the lead. 14 laps complete here at Talladega. We're 10 laps away from 25. We're 10 laps away from halfway. Now the time acceleration is as long as we get halfway, as long as we can get this can stay green, we're good. But oh, again, McCullough boys are involved.
Yellow flag.
Oh, the McCullough boys involved. 2-car incident. Let's go ahead and break that down here on the VBR instant replay. First caution of the night. Let's watch it on a blimp cam in good old-fashioned slow motion. Looks like a bump gone wrong, but by Harper into Joshua McCullough. Took out Joshua McCullough involved. Kenneth McCullough involved. Looks like that's all it wrote. As the rest of the guys are able to get away. 2-car incident here at Talladega. Take another look at it here on board with Nathan Harper and see what he saw. No, Joshua McCullough came down. From the looks of things, let's look on board with Venom Velke and see what happened. What happened? Joshua McCullough threw a late block, and everything starts from there. First caution of the night here at Talladega. Lap number 15. Pit stops are happening, guys. Pit stops are happening. Cody Nagels, you lucky dog. Cody Nagels is getting your lap back. Velke wins the race off pit road. Let's go and talk to him. London Velke, Michael in the booth, you get a copy.
Yes, sir.
What a good way for you to take the lead, right? You missed that caution off of a late block by Joshua McCullough, and you win the race off pit road. Walk me through that.
Yeah, they I don't know what happened. It looked like Nathan or Josh just wasn't clear, and Nathan hooked him, I guess. But yeah, I was just actually talking. I was to Jared. I'm kind of surprised we came out in the lead. I don't know why, but I'll take it. Yeah, I started like second to last almost. Kind of got up through the field. The track's super, super hot. People are getting cooked. That's what happened to Cody. He just blew up out of nowhere. The engine went because it's so hot out here. But yeah, I'm happy where I'm at. I got a lot of allies around me, so we're good.
Indeed there, Landon. Hey, Landon, before you get ready to go back green here, what's your thoughts here with how that pit stop happened, how many more laps, and how many more laps so you might have to pit again?
Well, I got 18 laps of fuel right now, so I mean, we obviously have to pit again anyway. Yeah, we'll have one more stop. I feel like we have an advantage if it goes green and it's a green flag stop. We should be pretty good. But yeah, we'll have one more. Just execute that really well and hopefully come out the winners.
Indeed there, Landon. Anyway, good luck to you. Hopefully we talk to you again at the end of the race. Good luck, bud.
Yeah, sir. Appreciate you.
That is Landon Belkey. Now I have a friend to be joining the booth. Please welcome Jason Forel. Hey Jason, how you doing out there?
Oh, I'm doing all right. Doing all right. Just getting done with a call myself. So while I know that you're going to need me to help you here in just a moment, I'm going to actually go grab a drink of water real quick, and I will be right back for you, okay?
Indeed there, Jason. Now Jason runs and gets water. We will call this restart. Landon Belkey, Chase Mastretta, Sean Corbett, Mark Vondell, Mark George. Your top 5 on the restart. Looks like it is. But 2 Fords, 3 Chevys on this restart here. Who's gonna win it? As we still have cars coming off pit road. It looks like there was a couple more damaged vehicles than I thought. Some slight damage. Or maybe people just going back in, topping off on fuel. We'll finish off this before the race, before the final restart here. Once again, it's going to be Landon Belkey, Chase Mastretta, Sean Corbett, Mike Vondell, and Mike George. Your top 5, and it's 3 Chevys, 2 Fords on this restart here as we get ready to send it back down to the green. The pace car driven by Kurt, the pace car driver. I don't know what his name is. I don't know what they call him, but I'm just gonna call him Kurt. Why not? It fits the name. As we're going into 3 and 4 fans are getting back on their feet as it is time to send it back down to the restart zone. The restart zone is in the tri-oval here in Daytona, where the start finish line is in Daytona. That's where the restart zone here is at Talladega. As Kurt pulls out into pit lane and we send it down to the Fred cam. For the restart. As there. Here they come, here they come. Kurt pulls down to pit lane. Restart is on Landon Belkey. As they come to the travel, 100-yard sprint to the line. As you go back to the gears we go. We're back underway here at Talladega. Barney, send it back down to the green. What a restart by Landon Belkey, by Chase Mastretta. Leaves Landon Belkey out to dry. No, that's Chase Mastretta got hung out to dry. Landon Belkey back to the lead. But here comes the whole inside line now. It's still a little dicey on cold tires here. You don't want that on cold tires. Especially at a super speedway, but you also want to keep those engine temps cool as well. That's why you see a lot of these guys go up top a little, go down, but still keep the lead draft so they can get air to that radiator. As well as fall back a little, because with how the drafting works, once that air's gone for so long, those in-car temperatures will skyrocket. As let's go ahead and go on board here with Landon Belkey, with Mike George for a lap, so you can kind of see what we talk about with the engine temperatures. So you see that water temperature, that gauge, the very right side, that's at 220, around 210, 225 right now. That's his water temperature. You want to keep an eye on your temperature gauges here at Talladega, especially if you're the pusher or in that line. Because you can still run half throttle, still run at full speed, but that saves fuel. But by doing that for so long, locked up like this, that's gonna blow you. That could cause your engine to blow and blow fast if you don't pull back and get air to that engine ASAP. Because that can blow your engine and blow your engine fast if you're not careful. Trust me, I've experienced it before. Mastretta and your new race leader. Harper, Belkey, George, Corbett. The side-by-side up front. Harper, Estrada, Belicky, George, Corbett, your top 5. This is still anybody's race, Jason. Only one caution so far here tonight.
One caution's pretty good. How about it, Mistretta, Valecki? Who do you got your eyes on?
Well, normally here, Cody Nagels seems to be dominant here at Talladega. But look,
Seems like riding in the back right now. Looks like he's got an opportunity to move. You got some teammates out there anywhere?
yeah, we have Estrada, Nagels, Velicky, and Guerrero all with Nightmare Motorsports. McCullough boys, they run with McCullough Motorsports. Father son duo right there.
Well, Chase Mistretta out front. He's going to be up on the high side, kind of dragging that the outside lane together. Harper back to the back bumper, drops down, could get turned here, very close there to carry the lane. It's moved down. I don't know if he got moved down or if he chose to switch lanes quickly. Almost gets turned. That's for darn sure.
That's kind of how our first caution happened here with Joshua McCullough. He kind of looked like he either threw a late block or he was bumped down low, and that's what kind of set the first wreck off. Only a 2-car incident, though. It was just the father-son of Joshua McCullough and Kenneth McCullough in the first wreck.
8, 13, 62, 40, the 4, the 45, 85. We got Racal back here. Bobby's got the 888 off 3 from the start of the race from what it looks like on my screen here. Seeing drivers try to carry the line. Good side drafts here. Some drivers move up the race line, but you don't want to peak too much. That inside lane, somebody will put, if it fits, it sits. That's the way that Talladega works here for the most part. So if you want to try to carry them that corner or carry them a straightaway, you don't want to give up too much room on the bottom side. Turn 3 busy as they come around turn 4. Run straight away to the slipperiest portion of the racetrack. It's going to be the tri-oval as they get into it.
And here's the dashboard of Chase Mastretta. As you guys can see, he's running about 191, 192 right now in the truck coming out of the tri-oval. But you can also be running full speed, at the same speed as Chase Mastretta here, in the middle of the pack, and being the second car in pack 2, half throttle and 3/4 throttle.
Lecky, just a big bump to the back bumper of the 8 as the 8 switches lanes again, still trying to control that line. Little V shape out of that the outside lane there. You see the 13 of Harper drop in. Now, little bumper to bumper action as the 13 clears. George up on the outside. The 4 is going to have help with the 85, but now the top 2. You remember, these trucks, their engines blow really, really easy, so you kind of have to manage and be safe.
And I was talking about that earlier too, Jason, how you gotta keep an eye on that temperature gauge, that water temperature gauge, because once that starts skyrocketing and starts flashing red, you best better get off that guy in front of you and go to the 3rd lane or the apron and fall to the back and cool that engine off.
Opportunity present itself. The 13 up high to block the lane. 13 to the 8, 8 back to the inside. Drivers are going to start leaving drivers. 3 wide into the sucker hole. There'll be 3 wide here into the corner. 4 backs out. It's going to go and drop back here. Got enough momentum to carry. 85, 13, 8's going to be able to try to control here. There's the 62 of Valecki up high. Big move. The Ford goes.
Almost another incident there too, Jason. That was near close being another incident, wouldn't you say so?
You're getting dicey, but hey, you know what? If you can push the envelope, you're going to try to do it. 3 wide on the outside from the 4th row back as these drivers are looking to dice it up just a little bit, get a little bit shaky on the bottom side. You got to remember that outside lane has a ton of momentum, and you're going to be able to see anybody who's got enough gumption to push. That back straightaway is going to be busy for that 3rd lane up near the wall.
Indeed, it will be too, as we're coming to halfway too, Jason. And with the time acceleration set to this race, as long as this doesn't become a caution fest, we should be able to finish this race today.
62 up the race line, 8 big bump. Inside 45. Middle lane's going to be the lane that you're going to be wanting to keep your eye on here. They've got the momentum, but now that 3rd lane starting to form up on the outside of the tri-oval area. Ooh! 62, 13, 13. Quick move here.
Indeed there, Jason. Looks like they're getting dicey now. Look. There was a near incident into the corner.
85 of York drops into the bottom side. Everybody getting a little bit more aggressive. You can feel the patience starting to wear out. 25 laps to go here on the back straightaway. Nightmare Esports giving you all of the racing tonight. Again, one caution from what Michael was telling me. Mr. Bollinger, this is a good little race so far. Big checkup on the inside, or the middle lane. That'll wear your heart out a little bit. Middle lane prevailing. Go ahead, man.
I was saying to you there, Jason, on that point you were just saying, is instead of, you don't want to be the caution here at Talladega. You'd want to see that caution happen in your rearview mirror instead of it happening in your windshield.
Corner out, 62, the 85. Trying to control that line. Corner exit. They're changing lanes in the middle of the corner. That's where a caution can be brought out, where you can get turned. You get turned in the middle of a corner. Oh, and that, taking the momentum, getting into the corner like that, when it checks up the field, that can turn somebody. When you get turned into a corner, you're going to go up the race line, and you're going to go back down the race line. That's how big wrecks happen. But the control so far, drivers having a lot of patience as they try to carom the corner. 62 on the outside lane. Big shove coming from the 13 on the inside. But Harper not quite there yet. 5-2. 26 looking to go to the outside. I think the 26 right there. Is it 26, 25? Sorry, the 25 of Carter. Drop it back a little bit here. Maybe just getting checked up too much there and cause a little bit of damage to the notes.
Well, indeed there, and that is the 25 of Christopher E. Carter too, Jason. It's like he might have been having an engine. Looks like that could have been my point about the engines again. How easily they can blow if you don't baby that engine at these types of tracks.
Good side draft on the inside. 45 of Corvette is going to be way down there. 8 all the way down to the bottom side. Drivers trying to work together. There's the 3 Fords in the middle lane. Chevy out front.
Now, Jason, we should be seeing pit stops here pretty soon again, as they were doing pit stops around lap 15 when the first caution came out as well.
Was my next question was what kind of fuel do these vehicles have when it comes to the amount of fuel they have in it?
Well, the fuel cell tonight set at 55%, and a lot of these drivers had to use their fast repairs early, too, from that first car. Some of these drivers had to use the fast repairs early here. If not, just took some damage repair.
Well, one fast repair. Oh, big one happening. Upside down, the 21. Big roll down, and that's a help me Tom Cruise moment from Justin Mills. He's continuing to still roll. Hopefully he'll be able to make it to pit road and be able to be fine. He misses pit road, so he'll be able to drive around. Hopefully he's got enough. That was a huge, huge caution.
And there, Jason, now let's send it down to what we like to call here the VBR, what happened to replay. And who should we go on board with? Let's watch it from our chopper cam first and see what happened.
I think this happens right where Justin Mills in the 21 is. I think this is a side draft gone wrong from the 8 down netcode. Netcode at these speeds. Yeah, I mean, he just rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls and finally lands on all 4. Does not have a blown engine, so that's at least a promise there.
And we almost had 2 of them on their roofs too, Jason. The 85 was almost on his roof too.
Man, oh man. If you go from the far chase view, would you get a moment on board where the 21 was? That far chase view will show exactly what I was talking about when it comes to the net code that you see, about a foot of net code. These drivers are running 190 miles an hour, feet apart from each other, inches at times, and the net code that we get from these vehicles at that speed can sometimes just be that issue. So yeah, I go back and watch this from right there. Yeah, that net code right there from the 8. Gets the 8 turned, gets the 21 turned up into the 85 or the 5.2, and then 85 up into the catch fence. That was insane to watch as well. crazy look there for these drivers.
And I can say that because I've experienced a wreck like with this 21 experience too, Jason. And it's a wreck I'm not going to want to ever relive.
Second caution of the race. We're seeing a few drivers decide to take tires. Some drivers not taking tires. Tires can be a factor on this racetrack. We'll see some drivers decide to get their fast repair if they have a fast repair. Some drivers may choose to give themselves get a little bit of that damage repaired. That damage is something that can be taken care of for the most part. If you've got 10 or 15 seconds and it doesn't affect what these trucks can do, you shouldn't be able to overheat. If you got anything more than that, you want to try to get as much fixed as possible.
Well, Jason, I just show the onboard there. I'm just showing the onboard right now of Justin Mills right now, and it looks scary from his onboard camera tonight. That looked scary.
He rolled over half a dozen times.
Just like Ricky Bobby did almost.
That's why I call it a help me Tom Cruise moment. Guerrero's going to be your race leader. Mistretta, Thompson, Harper, Carter, your top 5 as they exit pit road. This was that was a big wreck, man.
A big
They
wreck.
still got 19 laps to go. It's gonna be crazy.
Indeed, that was just the big wreck, but not the big wreck yet. It's bound to happen tonight the way these guys are driving. What do you think, Jason?
I think anything can happen. There's 14 coming back to pit road. I tell you what, they're close enough now. If they are thinking about fuel at all, right? This is one of the things that I would say is going to be in the back of pretty much everybody's mind here. How much fuel do you need to make it? If they come back down pit road right now and put in that extra little top off, that will go a long way to help these drivers be able to save. Now, one of the things I will say is that if they are going to try to run this fuel cycle out, they're going to really need to put some thought into maybe backing off the throttle a little bit. You don't want to be the race leader and burning up the fuel the entire time.
Indeed, there. When I was talking over with Landon Velicky before the last restart, before they went green, they said he had roughly about 18 laps of fuel here. So if they do want to try to finish it without stopping again, you don't want to be the leader. You want to try to save as much as you can.
I'm going to save at least a lap of fuel. I mean, based off of a green-white checkered attempt, that could be a change. 25 is going to be your race leader. Guerrero is going to be P2 right now in this tread. I think Carter is going to be one of those drivers. Yeah, it'll be almost a single file restart here.
Well, likely it will, because a few people did. Looks like they went into pit lane one final time here. Mainly, which means more than likely it would be more DTEs than anything. So more than likely this might be you're right, Jason. It looks like it's going to be more of a single file restart than anything. Let's see how that's going to play out here at Talladega, Jason, and you can go ahead and have the restart here.
Going to be 18 drivers out there. Everybody's on the lead lap. That's a good thing. Drivers getting lined back up. Some drivers are to the bottom side of the racetrack. It's a fuel-saving technique that you're going to see from the NASCAR platform. It does happen in real life. It's the same concept that you're going to see in iRacing as well. Folks, if you haven't joined iRacing, go to iRacing.com. And as they go into the restart zone, Tribal Area, Geico restart zone coming up. They're going to be at it. Green flag. They're going.
And there you guys are seeing it from our start-finish line camera as they're going back to the gears with a 60-yard, what is it? A 100-yard sprint to the line?
That's how I would look at it. It's going to be a 13 on the outside. Inside lane will prevail. 25 of Carter. Keeping him out front is going to be huge. 25 is going to drop back. He does not want to be the race leader right now. 8, 14, 13. 13's going to have a hole to drop into. Quick move down. We'll see the 25 running line right here. And that's one of the things that the 25 is going to need to do here. Just kind of ride. Be 3/4 throttle for a little bit and keep yourself in tow. 14, 8, 13 out of turn 4.
Indeed, there, just don't make the mistake I did. A lot of these drivers didn't make the same mistake I did. Well, when I last raced at Talladega and didn't pit and had to pit on the green, I was by myself and had no help.
Sit and ride. 3 wide. 14 drops back, riding in. Again, if you think that you're a little short on fuel, you might want to just kind of ride a moment. Cody Neagles is going to be out front on the outside, 85. Logan York. Little side draft. Now, you're going to see some drivers push a little harder here. We'll see the 8 and the 13. Cycle for the 8. 8 drops back. 8 drop below the apron there. He's going to give up the lane to the 85 on the inside. Oh, a little free for the 8. Hold on to it, Mistretta.
See there, Jason. I think it's time we go and send it down to our friend, crank it up. What would you say?
Go for it.
What do you think about another 30 seconds, you think? Yeah, I'll bring us back in as pit stops are happening. And we welcome you back here live to Talladega. And how do you like the sounds of iRacing, everybody? Those are the greatest sounds in the world. The sounds of iRacing.
And a couple of drivers come to pit road to be Justin Mills and Aubrey Thompson, the 18 to the 21. Came to pit road, got a little top off there. Maybe thinking, hey, you know, I just didn't have enough. And the more you lead, the more you push, the worse off it can be. Nathan Harper is your race leader, and you see less aggression out of the racetrack right now. Little 2x2 back here with Mistretta and, of course, Guerrero. Logan York coming to pit road. Drivers are coming in. We're going to get a little bit taken care of when it comes to trying to make sure they maximize the pit road entry. Pit road speed limit is one of the hardest things to hit here when you're going from 190 miles an hour down to the 55-mile-an-hour zone.
Without locking up your tires either, because that could really ruin your day real bad. And by them pitting like that, Jason, they could also be thinking if this has a green white checkered, they won't have to pit again either.
That will be part of what you're going to see out of that. So we'll see if Harper, York, Aubrey Thompson, and Justin Mills. Now Aubrey Thompson and Justin Mills are getting up to speed. Logan York and Nathan Harper, the 13 and the 85, are leaving pit road right now. So the 18 and the 21 are going to be up to speed catching them. And we'll see if this little four-pack is going to be able to try to use any part of that 30. They have a 30-second gap to Cody Neagles. And these two will be up to speed. So it'll be a 2x2 tandem back here in the very back of the racetrack, 15th through 18th. And that four-truck pack is going to have to work together to be able to try to maximize what's happening ahead of them.
I would too. A lot of things could be going on. They could have either pushed too hard for too long, or they could have decided, hey, let's pit now just in case if a caution does happen when we go to green white checkers, we can take the track position because that's key at Talladega too, isn't it? Track position.
The way I look at it is being there at the end. Right now, you got to set yourself up for the purpose of being there at the end. The 6, the 8, the 89, the 7. Every one of those drivers know that at this particular point, they are sitting duck if these drivers decide they're going to go 2x2. The speed limit right now, 175 into the tri-oval. They're about 15 miles an hour off what they would actually run at speed. So these drivers are saving fuel.
That's probably a good thing too. Saving fuel because the big one can happen still. That could also be
laps. I was going to say we're 11 laps to go. Aubrey Thompson, Justin Mills, Nathan Harpin, Logan York. They're out there running. That 4-truck pack is closing in 26 seconds to the back of the pack right now. And that's a big deal considering that they left pit road 32 seconds off of the pack of Cody Niegels and that lead pack. So this little 4-truck pack, you can see that relative closing in. It's going to be an absolute dogfight for these 4 trucks because now they're ready to run.
Indeed, it looks like everyone's single file now. Kind of safe right now.
Top speed for your race leader, 171. Into the corner compared to the 192 that we were seeing earlier.
That's exactly what I was about to say too, and you can tell they're saving right now. With them single file here, it's going to be a matter of time before they go double file here. I think they'll start going double file here in about 4 or 5 laps here as they start battling for the lead now.
They've got to make sure they have enough fuel. This little 4-truck pack that is at the tail end, Thompson, 22.5 seconds in closing. The 18, the 21, the 13, and the 85. They're doing everything they need. That Ford Racing pack trying to catch the rest of the field. And if things roll the way they are, and they continue to roll the way they are, they'll be fine. 172 across the line. Lap time for your race leader, 55.22. Aubrey Thompson and company, 5 seconds faster, a 50.51.
No, I think you've broadcasted for Aubrey Thompson a few times, haven't you?
There's a lot of names in here I recognize. McCullough's, of course, Niegels, Aswarnoth, we've called there, Mistrata. I think I've called a race at least with every one of these drivers in here at one point.
I know you helped me out at one point as well.
Von Dell back at the 5.9. I've called a race with him. I think I've raced with him in the past as well. There's a lot of drivers in here that I've raced up and down the series with. Mistretta blinks in and out. 8 having a small moment there for my eyes.
Those are the moments you don't want to have here at Talladega because if you blink out even just for a second, you get bumped. You're going around pretty much.
That 4-truck pack catching 15.5 seconds in closing.
And Mistretta makes the move.
2x2. Somebody saved enough fuel now, so somebody's going to have to get around and lead this group. The more they run 2x2, the better off it'll be. 8 laps to go here at Talladega.
And 8 laps indeed here, Jason. Rush, let's just say this now. It's 5 o'clock rush hour now.
We'll see. We'll see how this is going to plan out because best lap into the race, a 49 and some change, right? 49.09. I don't think I see a 48 out there at all. 49.09 for Stephen Miles. And right now, again, Aubrey Thompson and company, 14 seconds. Now that front pack has picked up the pace just a little bit, 51.79. And their speeds as they get out of the corner exit, 188. Oswarnoth and the 89 leading out actually up to speed now. So that bigger pack is starting to work. Jared Haynes right behind him.
Another reason I know this is starting to work is with a time acceleration being set at ×4. Once that sun goes down, they won't be able to race because here at Talladega, there's no lights, unlike Daytona, which has lights.
And the headlights are stickers. And I hope they're not pushing too early. There's 7 laps to go. Now Thompson, Harper, that group has closed in 16, almost 17 seconds. That Ford pack that's back there. Aubrey Thompson, Nathan Harper, Logan York, Justin Mills. They have got, if they want to be able to do anything with that pack, again, they're about half a second a lap faster than the lead pack here. But at any given point, you're going to be able to see what these drivers have at stake. 186, trying to close in. And that this big pack is starting to organize itself again for that final run. Will be 5 laps to go at the line, folks. Stick around; it's going to be interesting.
Indeed, things are going to be interesting here. So don't go anywhere. 5 laps to go this time by. Now this is when we should start seeing those desperate moves now. 3 wide, 4 wide, maybe even, Jason? What do you think?
Not yet. If they're smart about it, and if anybody needs fuel right now, they're gonna take their time. You're gonna see the aggression. If they can get good on fuel, the race at 2 to go makes more sense than right now. Now, if somebody is sitting back in, back here where Kenneth McCullough is in 12th, somebody pops out a line right there. Right back where the 05 is, where Justin McCullough is, if they can get to their teammates and organize enough here, they'll be fine. A little bump there from Aubrey Thompson right behind Joshua McCullough there. You kind of have to bide your time. I'm sorry, that's Stephen Miles there in the 17 gave a little bump to the 03. You got to bide your time. I mean, I'm not going just yet. I'm gonna set up my run, get the people I need to be with. But the 05 and the 03 are gonna go at it.
Because right now, everybody has friends right now, but once that white flag is dropped, there's no friends. It's every driver for themselves. As the people that pitted Thompson, Harper, York, and Mills, they close the gap down now to 7.5 seconds now, and closing fast.
I was looking at what was going on 3 wide here. They were backing off the pace. Some drivers not good enough on fuel. And now Aubrey Thompson and company, 7 seconds. They're right here at a 3 and 4. Your leaders are going to be right in the trial area. That's enough. Carter's going to be a driver they're going to be able to play catch up to very quick.
Indeed, there. And now it looks like the race is on for the win now, as we're on 3 to go here. That's roughly around 7.5 miles, right, Jason?
Oh, right about it. Let's see. 8.5 miles, something around there. How about it? I think the 8 at Mistretta. Been some big bumps here. 193 into the corner. 189 is pretty much the big max here. They're starting to pull away from Thompson, Harper, York, and Mills. But again, this is a big racetrack, right?
Big racetrack, indeed.
They may be 2 to go, but they get an issue anywhere out of 3 and 4, and that'll make all the history there. Golden Eagles into 6. He's going to be out front on the bottom side. 4 of George right behind him. 89 of Osbarnath is going to be there as well.
Indeed, there. I can say this now. Starting November 7th. At 5:25 p.m. we will have our practice. 5:25 Eastern we'll have a green flag, and then 6 p.m. Eastern we will be green flag racing for the VBR Racing Xfinity Series presented by AdminBot. With 1 passion pair, 50% fuel, fixed setups, and 2 sets of tires, and we will have a playoff format as well. As 1 flag in the air, next flag ends the race for Cody Nagels.
Going to be the 6, the 8, the 4, the 14, 89, 62. Bumper-to-bumper action. Final lap at Talladega Super Speedway. It is the trucks. It is all about the base. Thompson, Harper, York, Mills, if they got to organize just to, I mean, they were there. They're on the right strategy. Drivers did save enough. We got to keep our eye on anybody that bails out for some fuel. 3x3 down to the back straightaway. This shredded McCullough. Eagles all there. Joshua McCullough, the 05. Big shove to the 03. I talked about them getting organized with 2 to go. Somebody blew up. Big wreck. 4's going. 8-6. You got to keep your eye on who's going to be able to finish this race. Drivers in the air. 03, 805. Drive to the line. Who's going to have it? 14 of the 8. There to side draft they go. At the line, the 8 of Mistretta gets the win. 03. Very close finish on the outside. 1/100th of a second.
And here's a look at your, and here's to the
Oh, they're still finishing. People are not done. It was a big send at the end there. And how about that second group all the way up to the top 10? Stephen Miles able to get around Harper, Thompson, Logan York. That was good end. Good end to that race. Big wreck out of 3 and 4.
Indeed, then why don't we go and go break that wreck down? Why don't on the VBR instant replay? We know, Jason. We knew it was pretty much knew it was coming. We just didn't know when.
Oh, I had a feeling that turn 4 final lap. That's when you're the most aggressive, right?
Pretty much. Here's a look at the big one in slow motion. I think it's safe to say, Jason, that this was the big one.
It was more drivers in the air than the one before that, so might as well call it that way. Yeah, if you go back and that's what I was going to look at here, was looking at where that kind of originated from. Again, when you wreck in a corner, the trucks have a tendency to turn up the racetrack, and that's a lot of what we saw there.
From what it looks like a push gone wrong, Jason, on the 89 from the 89 on the 4.
On the 4 of Mike George here.
Yeah, definitely either a push gone wrong for sure. That's what set it all off.
Or he blew his engine, because I'm seeing smoke out of his truck before he enters the corner. I'm gonna on my end, I'm gonna go inside the cockpit view and listen to what he had going on.
Might as well on this end too, Jason, so we can all find out together.
No, maybe he didn't blow his engine. I think he was fine. I think he did just get pushed hard.
Yeah, because his temperatures are fine.
Well, the temperatures for us show differently than you have to listen for the engine.
Does it look like he had an engine issue because he's still running about 7,500 RPMs.
Yeah, I'm looking at the bump. Yeah, just so when you get seesawed in a corner, because the smoke happened before he was actually started turning, so that was the reason why I was thinking maybe he had an engine issue. But now the 89 just pushing a little seesaw there. He's getting pushed from the rear end as well, and there's just so much that happens with all of that. And that's racing. That's super speedway racing. These trucks are fun. They're great to be able to push. They're great to be able to lock bumpers with. I kind of wish that NASCAR would let the trucks still do that. But it is the way it is. There's a lot of smoke in turn 4 on that wreck too. That's crazy.
Indeed, there, Jason. I think it's time to go ahead and talk it over with our race winner, Chase Mastretta. Chase Mastretta, the boys in the VBR booth, get a copy.
Yes, sir.
We talked in pre-race, and we're talking again. Walk us through your final thoughts here for this race.
Man, I gotta thank Vince. That push there at the end was just enough to get me through. Josh was connected with Kenny, so I thought Kenny was gonna get me, but right there at that last moment, Vince came through with that push, and it just gave me enough to win it. It was a fun race. It was supposed to be a 2-stop. The pit stop kind of messed everything up, and we were able to back the pace down enough to save enough gas. I actually had an extra lap. I could have made it another one. So, it was fun. Thank the boys at Nightmare, Vance, Kenny. That was a great race. Josh, good stuff.
Everything from Jason?
Yeah, no, I just want to give you a big shout out. We were watching the race, and I talked about it early on when it came to what you guys were doing, and I knew that and Michael told me that you guys had roughly about 18 laps of fuel. Gave me kind of the breakdown, whatever he had me come up here and help him for a little bit here. The breakdown was, I said, you know what, if they don't back the pace down early, This race is going to go to the dogs. They're going to run too hard. We're going to see a lot of drivers run out of fuel. And that was the mindset that I knew was going to happen. It's so hard to run, half throttle, 170 miles an hour, 5 seconds off the pace of what you really want to run.
I mean, I was telling the boys I was catching a cramp running half throttle. I was like, I'm ready to go. I mean, I'm looking at it now. We ended up getting 19 laps out of that tank, and I had another lap to go, so we could have got 20.
Which is good because green white checkered could have come out at any time before that. So that's saving in the right form. So
Green white checkered is what Logan York and them boys was hoping for, and we was praying it didn't happen.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? They caught up to 7.5 seconds before you guys start pulling away again. So
yeah, we were watching them, and we were like, all right, we saved enough time to go. And I think Kenny and Josh had the same thought at the same time.
When it's go time, it's go time. 2 to go. If you know at 2 to go, you've got enough. That's when you've got to go. There's no holding back. Especially, I mean, you start breaking the wire at 3 to go, and then at 2 to go, you're organized, and then you're trying to stay out of it on that turn 3, turn 4. You try to stay out of it. That's pretty much how you look at it.
Yep, it was really fun. I mean, that caution threw a curveball for us. We didn't realize it at first. We thought we were gonna have to pit for sure, and then Cody noticed it. He was like, "We can make this."
Yep. Yeah. Back it off on fuel strategy. Fuel strategy races are my favorite races. You know what I mean? Because then you get the opportunity to showcase, all right, this is how you use the brain and the skill at the same time to win races. So you were in contention, you're in position. That's what matters. You can't win a race if you're not in position to do it. So congratulations on the victory here, man.
Yes, sir. It was fun. We were up front most of the night. After like one little hiccup, I think, put us back. We got back up there, and it was pure domination from the Nightmare Boys tonight.
I like it. Mike.
Okay, congratulations on coming home victorious, Chase. Gonna give you shout outs, man.
Just shout out Nightmare, Cody, Vince, Landon. Matt wasn't here tonight. Dawson wasn't here. We had Steven. Steven wasn't in call but Steven was there. He was working with us. Thanks to all them boys. Couldn't have done it without Vince, especially.
Indeed, there, ladies and gentlemen, Chase Mastretta, your race winner.
Yes, sir.
And now, your second place finisher, Kenneth McCullough Jr. Kenneth McCullough Jr., the boys in the VBR booth, get a copy.
Yes, sir. I got you.
Congratulations on your second place finish. Walk us through your thoughts of how this thing ran.
It turned into a fuel mileage race there at the end, which was, I can't stand a fuel mileage race, but it all worked out. It was a pretty good race overall. Got to thank Christopher Carter up top on the third lane there. Third lane seemed to feel like it worked pretty good tonight.
Got anything for him, Jason?
Yeah, it's one of the best things about Talladega is that third lane. That's my opinion when it comes to this race line. Fuel saving, we watch NASCAR do it. We watch drivers do it in the iRacing platform. It's one of the offsets of having to run, and you want to run this thing green. You want to get yourself to the end. You want to duke it out and battle it. Watching the pushes that were coming, and I was talking about you and your teammate there toward it was about 6 laps to go, right? And I said, these guys, they cannot go too early. If they go too early, they're not going to be in position. And about that time, about when I knew that I thought you were going to start making your way to the front, that's exactly when you did it. Able to make this predictable for me, which was good. It was a great side-by-side battle at the end. When you're trying to side draft, talk to these folks out here that are listening on what it's like to try to side draft, to try to get just an edge, 1/100th of a second, which is just about 6 inches from a front bumper. Walk these drivers without trying to get into the door too much. Walk these people from the visual standpoint and the driver's standpoint, what it's like to be able to side draft that way for a win.
Yeah, that was my son behind me there. I've been talking to him the whole time, and I told him 5 to go. We had to wait till 5 to go. Couldn't go any earlier. I still had, I think, 0.6 in the gas tank when we crossed the line, so we saved enough there to be able to go hard. I knew once I seen them wreck behind us, I knew we had to get on their door. The only way that you can be stronger than the other line is to that side draft will pull that bottom lane back, but it just wasn't enough to get the win. But Josh did a good job there. Almost got me to win. Would have loved to get one tonight, but overall, good night.
Indeed.
The blast of the father son duo. I like that. That's insane. I wish my son was as interested in racing. He's 22. He doesn't care. You know, he doesn't care about iRacing. He likes. I think he still likes Minecraft. I don't know. But this is what we do on our end as well. But this was a great race. I like to see the side by side battle at the end. I like photo finishes, and it's pretty darn close tonight. So congratulations from my end to you.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. It's always good if you can cross the line and not be upside downwards or sideways. It's just a good tight battle to the line for sure.
Exactly. Mike, there you go, man.
Anyway, Kenny, from team owner to team owner's perspective, even though you didn't get a win, at least you had both of your cars finish in one piece.
Yeah, that's the first time I think me and my sons cashed together in a while. Usually one of us gets turned upside downwards or we're doing the turning one or the other. You know how it goes sometimes. But overall, good night tonight for the team for sure.
Anyway, Kenneth, give you shout outs, man.
Yeah, thank y'all for doing the broadcast. I did not realize this was a broadcast. I got something to go back and watch now. But thank y'all and thank Cody for filling in tonight. They've had us working 7 days a week, so I've been kind of busy. But and thank all the drivers for showing up tonight for sure.
Neither Kenneth, Kenny, congratulations on your second place finish.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Now, here's your third place finisher, Vincent Gurrio. Vincent, Michael and the boys in the booth, get a copy?
Yes, sir. I sure do.
What a finish, man. Kind of walk us through as you were getting into turns 3 and 4 for the final time.
Let me see. What I can remember is turn 3, entering turn 3. I believe the 4. I seen some smoke coming down from the bottom lane, and I think he had a silent blow, and then caused that big old wreck entering 3. And then I was just behind Chase, my teammate, and Cody was on the bottom. It didn't make any sense to go down there to pick him up because the whole field was wiped out. So it was basically 2 against 2 there at the start finish line. I was able to push Chase, my teammate, to the win.
Anything for him, Jason?
Yeah, man. I tell you what, the bump that you had right there was massive. Able to keep that bumper locked to the tri-oval, one of the slickest portions on the racetrack. The hard pushes sometimes feel dicey. Sometimes they feel, kind of scary in the moment. But the biggest portion of this racetrack that is probably the most terrifying, besides you turn 4 exit whenever you're 3, 4, 5 wide, is that tri-oval area. Walk people through what it's like to get in that tri-oval on the back of somebody's bumper and still trying to push it forward, because that very inside lane is the disadvantage lane.
No, yeah, it's terrifying. It's very terrifying because you don't want to spin that, that player up front, whoever it is, if it's your teammate or whoever. It's a lot of stress there, and you just gotta finesse it, and you just gotta take the chance. I mean, if we're gonna win this thing, you can't pretty much lift, and you kind of have to resist yourself from burping it or lifting, because as soon as you do it, you're not winning. The person in front that you're pushing ain't gonna win. So you just gotta hold it down and not be afraid, and hopefully everything comes out right.
You got to plan it and not seesaw, but you
That's
just got to
right.
do it. You just got to do it all right.
You just gotta do it and just go for it, and hopefully that person could hold it. And it was Chase, so it's pretty much just send it. It's my teammate, and if I don't give him all what he wants, then we won't win. We won't have that chance.
And you get a top 3 night out of it, top 5 night to boot, of course. But the best benefit of running a super speedway is knowing that the next time you do it, you learn a little bit from the drivers around you first and foremost, but also you learn a little bit more about what your truck control is going to be for the next time that you have to be, or not just with league racing or money races and stuff like that, but of course for officials.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, the more you drive, you get behind the wheel, you sit down, and and race. The seat time, it very helps your driving school to control the car, the way it feels, and get put in that situation 3 wide, stuck in the middle. It feels good. It's seat time.
Not a bad day. All right, my man. Well, Mike, you get to close this one out, brother.
Congratulations on coming in third, Vincent. Give you shoutouts, man.
Yeah, I want to thank you guys for broadcasting VBR here at for Nightmare Esports. Um, I was the guy that I told Cody, hey, let's get him to broadcast. So I told Cody, and I supported you guys tonight. So I'm glad I was able to get on the podium here to give you guys a shout out. I want to thank Nightmare Esports and all my teammates tonight, Landon, Chase, and Cody. It was fun, and everybody that participated here tonight.
Congratulations on coming in third, Vincent.
Thanks, Michael.
That rounds out your top 3, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just gonna get one more in here real quick. Ben and Veliki, Michael and the boys in the booth, get a copy.
Yes, sir.
Not the finish you were wanting. Go ahead and walk us through it from your eyes.
Yeah, I wasn't happy, but I didn't realize that Mike George on the bottom, his engine just blew up that second time in that race. There was that silent kind of blow up,
Mhm.
happened to Cody earlier. And yeah, nothing anyone could do. I was just trying to get me and my teammates in the best spot we could, doing what I could without blowing my engine because, like I told you earlier, that track was hot and it was pretty brutal. But yeah, overall a good night for us.
That was one thing I was trying to focus on there at the end. Landon, there was a moment of time where I was like, man, that inside lane just kind of gave up too quick, right? And normally I see a puff of smoke before the tires lift, or there's, and then I did. I saw smoke before the tires ever started to turn. But it's just so much loss. The loss of horsepower in that moment, it shows just how valuable being on that limit is each and every lap.
No, 100%. And like I say, that was just a tough one, considering the track temp and the engine temps and all of that. We were sitting pretty good. It was for the Nightmare Boys. It was me, Vicente, Chase, who's now officially back on our team with that win. I just want to shout that out. Good for him. And Cody. We were in a good spot. Oh, Stephen Miles as well. I forgot to mention him. It was Cody on the bottom, and then the 4 of us lined up in the middle. And the McCulloughs had a huge run because we were fuel saving that whole time. Like it was so tight, super tight. We were down to like 165 miles an hour at one point. And it's always like, who's gonna bite that bullet first, And I don't remember who it was. Someone like one guy up front did, and then Vicente went out, so I followed him, and then I saw the McCulloughs 40, 50 miles an hour faster coming up, and I tried to block it, but I have too much respect for Kenny to throw a block like that. But yeah, it was a fun race. It was a tough one. The way the trucks are now, it's not easy. It's pretty kind of they're super like sensitive, and just the way it's easy to push in them. You can just slam draft in them, but that also means way more temp management, and that's just something you got to keep in mind.
The aerodynamics on and this is things that I touch on when it comes to my broadcast, and just on the other side of helping Michael here. We have a V9 tire package. We have a new aero model for the 2019 through 2022 models of these trucks, and everything that they've done over the last 3 to 6 months to these trucks has I think improved the racing to be able to be closer, to be tight knit, and to showcase driver ability to have a real feel out of the truck. As these aren't $200,000 trucks that you reckon your day's over, and you're going to the actual infield care center. You just reset and go home and live to fight another day on a sim platform. But I call this fake cars real racing, right? For a reason. It's because they're getting very close to keeping you as accurate as possible. And when you hear drivers talk about being that close to somebody and how these trucks are now and how much they move around and they shake, you feel that.
Oh yeah, you definitely do. And like I've never, me personally, as much as I've wanted to my entire life, the dream was always to be a NASCAR driver. Like I've never been in one, I've never driven one, so I don't have that sense. But it's different to like a any sort of game, like a NASCAR Heat 5, anything like that. It's so different because you can tell it's real. And the constant updates that they keep pushing out for these cars, it's great. It's a great service to be a part of because they are so consistent with updating them and making sure they are as accurate as possible. And you get such a real feel from it, even with like you don't have to have like a $20,000 motion rig or anything like that. I certainly don't. And you still feel it, and you still get all the tempers like you would in a real NASCAR race. You still that's what one of my favorite things about what we do is it feels like you're in NASCAR just for 2 hours out of every night that you run, because just the accuracy of the trucks, of the cars, anything we run, and then the personalities that go into it. It's such a fun community to be a part of, especially the caliber of drivers that we have. Even, I mean, not to shame anyone at all, but you could take like someone that isn't so good at what we do comparatively to the rest of them, and they can go into an official race and still dominate. Like
Mhm.
of all of us are good, and that's what makes it so fun too. Is like there isn't anyone that's truly bad. Like everyone has a chance. Everyone knows what they're doing, and that just obviously raises the competition, but it makes it a lot more fun and frustrating sometimes to be a part
Right.
of.
Right.
But at least you have that respect for the other guys. Like, okay, he knows what he's doing. You have it makes you feel better. That I don't know how anyone else would think about it, but I would get bored going into an official race and just dominating. I don't want to do that. I like the competition, and I like the realism, everything about it. It's a super fun thing to do almost every night, it seems like.
Right.
And yeah, I'm just appreciative of it.
I mean, that's the reason why I enjoy getting out here calling races, right? It's because there's an opportunity for us to showcase the talent, the speed, and just kind of where everybody. It doesn't matter, and I talk about this all the time, right? I rating is a number, right? Now, I will tell you that the higher that you get in the I rating, the tougher the racing is, and that's just, I mean, that's just the
That's a
thing,
fact.
right?
Yep.
But when you're in races like this where you're comfortable around the other drivers and you can lean on or depend on, leagues get into the point where you you start to know the tendencies of drivers, right? Regardless of what their I rating is and what their skill level or skill gap could be. If you know how a driver can be pushed, you're going to push them the way that you know how to push them. If you know somebody
Totally.
can't be pushed, but they can be that third truck in line and keep you close enough, then you know that that's somebody you're going to lean on. So that's what makes iRacing a team sport, but also makes it a huge confidence boost. I mean, it can tear you down, but iRacing is that kind of platform, which is, I mean, why not put yourself in that standpoint? Which is why, if you for those who are out there listening, if you go to iRacing, if you don't have a subscription today, I'm going to tell you that iRacing.com, you can actually use Landon's name as it's spelled right there on your screen. And you can use him as a referral. You'll type his name in where it says driver referral or who referred you. It'll pop up with his name. It'll show a little helmet next to it. If you click on it and you buy your subscription, he will get a little help with that as well to help him put on some of these races if you want to join him. It's kind of one of those things that makes this whole community go around, is being able to help drivers be referred and to be able to do that. So it's really cool. Landon, congratulations on a successful race here. I know that you wanted a big finish. Mike, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take over. Go ahead.
All good, Jason. I know you like doing your post-race interviews. Anyway, Landon, congratulations on your finish here today. Give you shout-outs, man.
You guys for the broadcast, of course, that's always appreciated. So people can watch what we do. Nightmare, best team in money racing. Me, Chase Mastretta, Cody Neagles, Vicente Guerrero, Stephen Miles, Dawson Wise, Matt Lee, can go on and on. Really solid group of guys we've got. Super chemistry's there. We keep improving more and more and more. We're one of the top teams, and I'm very happy to be a part of it. I guess, well, I'm used to thanking the hosts, but I guess we were the hosts tonight, so I thank Cody for that. And I guess that's about it.
Congratulations on your finish, Landon. Good luck to you in the next
Absolutely.
one.
Thank y'all. Thank you.
And we're going to bring up the man himself, Cody Nagels. Cody Nagels, Michael and the boys in the booth. Get a copy? Cody Nagels, Michael and the booth, and the boys in the booth. Get a copy? Cody Nagels, the boys in the booth. Get a copy?
I think Cody might be taking a break. Cody, much love to you, man. Congrats. There he goes. Yeah, he's going back down. All right, he may not want to, but it's all good. This was good. This was fun.
Indeed, there, Jason. I do gotta let you guys know this. Starting November 7th with no points at the Clash, the BBR Racing League Xfinity Series will be kicked off November 7th at the LA Clash with 75 laps. The Xfinity Series is presented by Admin Box. We also have broadcast live on the VBR Racing Network and live race control by Speed Zone Race Control. $10 entry fee. November 7th, we will have different prizes, not just cash. There will be a 2 set of tires, playoffs, 1 fast repair, 50% fuel, fixed setup Xfinity cars. Our schedule's looking like it's gonna be a fun one. Starting in Daytona, 50 laps. So we have a 10-week regular season and a 7-week playoff. Elimination style. That's pretty much gonna do it for us up with this. Jason, got any final closing thoughts?
No, it was a good race. Good end of the race. I'm glad I was able to get just over the mark somewhere. So, I just finished up with the Chap Chap Racing Series. So, folks, make sure that if you're out there, you subscribe to Mike and the VBR Racing Network over here. I'm just filling every once in a while when Mike needs just a little bit of help and does that what they need to do. You can follow me on my social media platform. Signature Esports is the platform that I broadcast for. It's the company that I own. But I'm always here to try to help other content creators be able to do the same thing that I do. So, Mike, if he needs help and I have the time, I don't mind getting out here and trying to help improve and help crafts grow. So this was a great end of the race, great midway through. A lot of different styles of racing, and for the 18 trucks that were out there, they did a great job. So phenomenal little place, phenomenal little line, and just a ton of fun to be able to watch what was going on. So definitely make sure that you like, follow, and subscribe to VBR so that way you can continue to help Michael grow. Cody, you jumped up here, man. What are you doing?
Yeah, I was on the phone. I apologize, guys. I seen that you pulled me. My apologies on that, but I just wanted to come up here and give you guys a big thank you for picking up the broadcast, and hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'd like to do hopefully a little bit more of these because I know Kenny's been pretty busy lately with MMS, so I decided to pick up on the night and moving forward maybe try to alleviate some of the hosting from him because I know he's been really busy with work.
Indeed, there, Cody. Walk us through that. Okay. Kind of walk us through a bit to the finish from your point of view.
Yeah. So I had Mike George behind me, and it looked like I was in a pretty good spot to win the race. But it looked like Mike, yeah, he was pushing me really well, but the track temp was pretty hot. He just got hot. It looked like I had a silent blow earlier in the race, and it looked like he had one of them where the motor hadn't actually expired, but you could see smoke coming out. And as soon as he did is when he got hooked by Trevor Osbornoff, but it was not Trevor's fault at all. We went back and looked, and there was definitely smoke coming out of the truck of the four.
I thought that there might been, and that's why I had to relook at it myself because I was like, man, it just lost a ton of speed, and that right there makes all the difference when because you hate to think that anybody would just get into the back of somebody, and we know that that's not the case, of course, but still a great end of the race. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, it was a clean race. That's the important thing. I mean, we had I don't know, I think it was 18 drivers took the green flag. I believe one caution, if I'm not mistaken. Was there one caution? I don't know. Right off the top
It
of my
should
head.
be two. Yeah.
Two. Okay, so yeah, fairly clean race, and I'm glad to see two Nightmare drivers cash in. It was top four, so Chase getting the win and Vince getting third, and big congrats as well to McCullough Motorsports cashing two drivers as well.
Indeed, there.
It was a blast. I was going to say it was a blast, Cody. I know that Mike does has helped you out with these, and hopefully we'll be able to catch more of them very soon.
Absolutely, and I'll be in touch with you guys.
Congratulations, Cody, on your 5th place finish. Do you mind talking about how the payouts worked and what positions you got paid out tonight?
Yeah, so it was top four, 120, 100, 80, and 60. So Chase was able to take that top cash spot at 120. I was first man outside of the cash, but all is well when you have two teammates that are able to cash.
Especially as a team owner myself, that's what I like seeing right there too. When you're the boss man, watching you guys win it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, we tend to take care of each other when we can, or if we got guys up there helping, we make sure that the guys, if there's a guy that finishes one spot out, we make sure that all our guys are well taken care of with these kind of races. If you make a mistake on your own doing, that's one thing, but if you're up there and something like that happens out of your doing, we don't like to leave anyone hanging if our team's making good money that night.
Going to there, Cody. Go to give you shout outs, man.
All right, yeah, I'll thank you guys for hopping on VBR, Signature Esports. Appreciate you guys picking up the broadcast. All the drivers for coming out. Again, we had 18 take the green flag, so thank you to everyone. And again, just big shout out to Nightmare Esports and the way they've been able to perform out on the track lately.
Any there, Cody? Congratulations on your finish tonight. Good luck to the next one. Jason, that's pretty much gonna do it for us. I don't know, I see about getting final thoughts now, so we had our post-race interviews wrapped up.
And like I said, final thoughts are just make sure that you folks, if you're out there watching, you hit the like button, subscribe to Mike's channel here at VBR, and make sure that you give a whole lot of love to this kid, because he's gonna continue to grow and continue to do bigger and better things. So it's always a ton of fun to be able to show super speedway racing, especially for this kind of money. Money races are always a little bit harder too, because there's a whole lot to be said for driving for that cash. So it was a ton of fun to be able to partner. Thank you for inviting me over.
Indeed there, Jason. Now, if you guys do want to watch me in action on Sunday night, you guys can go over to Signature Esports on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. You can go watch me attempt the paperclip on Sunday.
Martinsville. We're going to be running Martinsville on Sunday. Broadcast 7 days a week, and we do our Twitch live streams sometimes during the day, depending on kind of what life is thrown at us and what we're going to be doing. So, but iRacing broadcasts are what we do. So it's always a ton of fun to be able to be a part of it. Again, make sure you subscribe to this channel, the one you're listening on. Do it. You owe it to Mike. Appreciate you.
Indeed there, guys. And with that, that's going to do it. I'm Michael Bollinger alongside Jason Phil from Signature Esports. I'd like to say thanks so much for watching tonight. As we like to say, thanks for watching, and so long from Talladega. Good night, everybody.